guess to kind of lead into where we're going, like, did you create videos? Did you did you create things like that like early on that were kind of educational that you would send to clients? Like how did that process start? Were you making any videos about kind of some of these nutrition exercises, whatever it might be?
You mean like before I started my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was doing, my whole background was
I thought we had a slam dunk there and you really let me down.
JP's like,
Really let me down on that. No, that's so funny. But some people, well, I mean, you said you were a director, so I thought maybe, you know, you're like, all right, well, like maybe we get a little film stuff, do that.
That's what's funny. I didn't even think to do that. It was my mom who told me, like, you know what, you're really great at describing all this nutrition stuff. Yeah. You should probably switch over from the blog component of your like career and go over to video. And I didn't want to do that. Like, I was like, ugh, like that sounds like so much work. Like, I don't know, like it just didn't seem like something that would really pan out. And she's like, just do it, like it'll be great. It's like, okay, yeah, fine. And that's how my first video came about.
And so when you made that first, how did you go into that video? So your mom tells you to go do the video. Parents are typically right, even if you don't want them to be, unfortunately. Yeah. So that happens.
Let's hope.
She tells you to do it. You make the video, and I don't know if you still have, a lot of people don't have their first videos up.
Yeah,
so I don't know
I still have my first video
up. So you have that first video up. So how'd you go around to curate that video?
I want to pull this back. The first video that I watched today, which I always watch the first, newest, and the most trending, and a ton of others. But so the first video I watched today was truly your first video.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Smoothie for intermittent fasting. All caps. You might have reworked that title recently. Who knows? No,
that was
just leave it. You hit the caps. Forget it.
You hit the caps.
I think that. Yeah, I was like, ooh, everyone's doing that. Like maybe I should do that. Like really tell people that this is a blueberry hemp smoothie.
Hold on. So were you for the internet nerds out there? Were you lurking on YouTube? Were you on there like digest? Because
not at all.
But it's such a great source. It's got everything. It's an encyclopedia of all things. So how so then what made you go with YouTube? We ask this question all the time. There's all these different platforms to go from. You know, it's 2018 when you started your channel. June 7th, I believe it was June 7th, 2018.
It could be the 8th. It's still
maybe
we're gonna leave it out there.
Autumn Bates doesn't know about her own channel. No, I'm just kidding. But so you have all these options, you know, in 2018 of what platform you want to use. What made you go with YouTube if you weren't even on it? Because I've been on it.
First choice. Yeah, it wasn't my first choice. My first choice, I was first on Instagram. I had like a small following on there just from my previous work. And then my whole background was in writing blogs at my previous work. So I was like, okay, great. I know how to do that. And then I literally was like, well, I should probably put a video of me explaining how this works just so it can live on my blog. Mm-hmm. And that was why I created videos. I didn't use YouTube at all. Like I didn't realize there's this whole YouTube.
You just needed to embed it.
Yeah, literally I needed to, if there was a way for me to do it without YouTube, I would have done that and I would have never had a YouTube channel. Like it's amazing how things work out.
It through whatever servers that you're using, and in embedded software. And
it would have been garbage. It would have been a nightmare. It would have been a nightmare. Yeah. So who told you to do YouTube? Did you figure it out on yourself? Like, how do I get?
No, it's literally my mom. My mom watched, like, she's more like in with the tech stuff than I am.
Yep.
Because she'd be like, she watched a bunch of different YouTube channels. I didn't realize that you'd like go onto YouTube and watch YouTube. I thought it was like you looked up how it is that you're supposed to like clean a pot. You look at YouTube for that. Like
how to care for cast iron.
Right,
we have a guy for you. I'll send you.
Like I didn't realize that like people go on YouTube and watch it. So when I first decided, like when I first had that first video go out, I was like, you know what, maybe I probably should do more videos. So I think I did like a couple more throughout June and July. I didn't really take it seriously until I don't even know what clicked. I think like as I started to research YouTube, I was like, oh my gosh, like I can really make a big impact on this YouTube thing. Like I can reach a lot of people on here, and this clearly is my medium. I'm better at this than I am at just writing blogs. So I should probably look up how it is that I can grow my YouTube channel.
Well, the growth that you've had from a camera presence, from a structure of a video. I mean, wow, it's in such a short period. It's amazing to see, because from the first video, because we don't typically see someone who has their true first video up there.
Yeah.
Which is, I seriously, it's awesome. My first video on my personal name channel is hidden. I should unhide it just for fun.
You should unhide it.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares? And so to see where you are now and the camera presence, it's like you were a totally different person through the whole channel.
Awkward.
You weren't awkward.
Was stuttering. Oh yeah, hi.
It's hard.
My name's Autumn. Welcome to my kitchen.
Yeah, but the kitchen now hasn't changed, and it's cool that like to see like you're just you get used to looking at the little screen, like the little hole in the camera, and then you know what's going on, and you get rewarded by what's happening. So you post this video at first, before where you are today, how many views, how many likes, how many things like that were happening on the channel, and you were just posting for how long before you started to get any kind of growth?
And did you notice it too along with that?
I was about to say, I didn't really look at YouTube for the first couple months. I was just, again, using it as a place to like throw videos on so that I could have it on my website. So I didn't really take a look. I don't know about those first few videos, but when I really started to take it seriously, which was more September, I think, of that year, somewhere around there, I don't know. It's probably, again, because I did have like a small following on Instagram. So I think I would maybe get like 50 views and like maybe 100 for like a good video. But yeah, it wasn't like things exploded right away. It took me until I think a year or about 9 months to hit my first 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, which is a huge like milestone in itself. Everyone we've talked to is like the first 1,000 subscribers is the hardest. After that, it becomes somewhat easier. No feet be shuddered.
I would have to agree with that, because you have no idea what you're doing. Like, you have to figure out psychology, you have to figure out videography, you have to figure out, like, there's so many things to it that you have to figure out, while also while competing with people who've been doing it for years now. So it's like you're thrown straight into the mix, and at the same time you have to produce really great information.
Were you vlogging in parallel? Like, were you always blogging in parallel with this, and the videos are kind of like, hey, I just do this so I can embed them into the okay. So it's
I still have my blogs too.
Well, and it kind of points the direction to where we are now. I mean, we look at today, the president, and you have 327,000 subscribers, 20+ million views out there, 2 videos over 1 million. Like, when was that point when we kind of talk about it there, like you hit the 1,000, but then when was the point where you said, okay, maybe we're onto something here?
Maybe this might sound like arrogant. It doesn't mean to come off as arrogant, but I just assumed that I would figure it out. Like, I was like, okay, I've figured out a lot of things in the past, and if I can just research something, I'll figure out how to get there. It might take me 10 years, but I'm going to figure it out. So pretty much as soon as I figured out that YouTube could be an area where I could really share what I have to share, as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, great. It's part of my routine. Like, it's done. Like, this is what I'm doing now, even when I had like 20 subscribers. So from the beginning, I took it very, very seriously, but I just always assumed that if I put out good information, if I'm helping people, like, the people will come. I just have to figure out how to entice them.
I think it's not arrogance. I think you're
Kenny Powers is arrogant. That was not arrogant.
I think what you're saying is what a lot of people struggle with when trying to find a channel, which is you had the channel, you had the idea, you had everything behind it. You knew exactly what you wanted to do, and you knew at this point, because you had been in this industry for so long, you were not going to get bored of it, and you could create content. I think what happens to most people is they start a channel and like, I'm going to review socks. And like, I've reviewed 3 socks. I don't know what else to do now. Like, and then they're like, I'm going to do something else. And they're like, oh, but my channel just jumps, or my interest jumps. It's hard to find the passion that you can go for and do for a long period of time. Yeah.
And that's something YouTube has changed my life so much, where I always want to try and get other people to create a YouTube channel. Because I'm like, if you're excited about something, you will figure out how to do it, and you'll figure out how to like create content around something, as long as you're just always focused on what the viewer actually wants and needs. And if you're genuinely interested in helping that person to succeed, if you just think of that one person, helping that one person, you're going to help thousands or millions of people, and your channel will be successful. You just need to always have that viewer in mind and how you can best serve that person, and more of them will come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you knew your passion going into it, which is so much easier for you. You said, nope, this is what I'm going to do. And like, it wasn't so much, you weren't, probably focused on, you might not have initially been focused on growing the YouTube, but what you did know is that you were going to keep doing it. You're going to keep producing it. You're going to have topics. They're going to go along with this blog in tandem. You're going to kind of build this, you're not all over the place, is I guess what I'm saying. Like, you cover a lot of topics, but you're not like, it's not like you like, all right, today we're playing disc golf. I'm gonna show you guys, like, you're not, it's not like, you're not like going off on this.
You haven't seen my disc golf nutrition blog yet?
No, but if I promise us this, when you hit, let's look at subscribers at 500,000 subscribers. Let's see the pull-up tutorial come back. The best, no, let's see the best exercise to do a pull-up come back. Cause that's a great video right there.
Honestly, it was a pretty awesome video, because it's something that in general, like, I've worked out in a lot of, post-college, I had a lot of struggles with going to the gym by myself. Like, I didn't know what to do, even though I had worked out, which is something that, same thing with nutrition, right? We had a coach who would tell us what to do and what to eat and what not to eat. But I was swimming like, I don't know, 5,000 to 7,000 to 10,000 yards a day. You could literally eat whatever you wanted. It didn't matter.
Right.
And so we never had that problem. And then we went to the gym and it was all prescribed. And then I would go to the gym after college and be like, I have no idea what to do. And now what? But then you go to a CrossFit gym, or you go to some other gym, and a pull-up is something that is like mundane in our process, because we were taught how to do it, but it's something that no one teaches you how to do. So it is a great video.
Yeah.
It has very little likes or views.
It's got to come up.
I think it's got to come back.
Right, we're going to get a resurgence.
I agree with you.
1.7 thousand reviews. It's got one comment, and I'm going to leave one more real quick, just live.
Is that my least watched video?
I don't know. We can't sort by that, but we probably can. But it's right in the beginning, and you even said, like, your first video, like, 50 views. It has 92,000 views right now, so I want to put that out there.
Second comment to that.
Oh, the first
video.
one.
First video, 92,000. Yeah. So
that's
now,
the thing. That video actually still brings views. Like, I still get people who will reach out to me on Instagram, and it's like, I just tried your blueberry hemp smoothie. So
no way.
I guess it's still, my awkwardness still shines through.
Yeah. Well, people love.
You had camera presence. You had a lot of things, and I feel like that goes back to you wanting to become a director, and we should pull that in. Like, you wanted to become a director. Now you are a director. You're the photography side of it. You're the writer of the script. You're everything.
Production studio.
Everything.
The whole thing.
Editor, financier. I don't know. Executive producer. I don't know. I really don't understand the titles on movies. But, so yeah, like, you've built that, and you like did making videos as a when you were younger, did that help get you?
Totally. Yeah. I mean, it totally helped me, just because I didn't have to learn how to edit, and that in itself, it can be such a barrier. I'm sure, because like I can even find myself getting confused on how to do certain things, but I've had, what is that, like 8 years worth of schooling on how to edit, how to like, I don't, because so much of that doesn't even apply anymore, just because it's now digital. But there's so many things that you have to learn already to do YouTube. Editing, in order to like create your video, that in itself can take so long. So by me having that background, I feel like that helped me leaps and bounds to focus on other areas of YouTube that really matter.